Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Kathy, and on behalf of the Office of Student Financial Aid and Scholarship, I'd like to welcome you to the Gator Nation. Our office disperses over $500 million in financial aid each year to most of our student body. To ensure you're included in that group, there are some important details you'll need to know and required actions you'll need to complete. Today, I'll be talking with you about navigating your financial aid as a new Gator so that you can receive funds and maintain your financial aid eligibility. For this presentation, we're going to do a quick overview of the financial aid basics. We'll take a look at the one.uf page and how to navigate your financial aid details. We'll take a look at how to receive your financial aid, get an understanding of how to maintain your financial aid, and then finally provide some resources for any questions that you may have. Financial aid overview. Let's take a look at a summary of your journey so far. When going through the college application process, one of the first steps was completing the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA. The FAFSA is a form that current and prospective students can complete to be considered for federal student aid. The application opens every year on October 1st. Students who are starting fall of 2021 should have already completed their 2021-2022 FAFSA application. But if you haven't, it's not too late. You can still complete your FAFSA on studentaid.gov. In addition to submitting the FAFSA application, you've already gone through the process of submitting your admissions application and getting accepted to UF and being a part of the Gator Nation. You've completed so much to get to this point, but the work doesn't stop here. To ensure a smooth transition, it's important to understand your college expenses, financial aid possibilities, and their requirements. And UF Financial Aid and Scholarships is here to empower you with the information so that you can make informed decisions about your finances. It's no secret that attending college costs money. So in order to better manage our finances, we first need to take a look at those costs. Every institution has a list of all the education-related expenses that students may incur each year while enrolled in college. This is called your cost of attendance. Cost of attendance is updated every year and includes estimated costs of tuition, books, technology, clothing, housing, and so on. Costs are assigned to each student and can vary depending on residency status, your academic career, number of credits enrolled, etc. Not only does it assist students in planning their finances, but it also helps our office determine how much financial aid we can offer to students. It's important to consider your costs in relation to the financial aid and income you may receive. Some of the questions you can ask yourself is, can this income cover all your expenses? Are there more affordable options available? Thinking about these questions are a great way to help evaluate and plan your finances. When looking at costs, we like to break these costs into two categories: direct costs and indirect costs. Direct costs are costs charged by the university, for instance, tuition or housing if you plan on living on campus. These charges will appear on your one.uf campus finances page, and we'll talk more about that later on. Indirect costs are costs that students may incur but are not charged by the university. In the cost of attendance that we talked about earlier, we include estimates for clothing or technology. These are not charged by the university, but are expenses that students may incur while attending school. We include these estimates in the cost of attendance so that students are able to budget and plan their finances accordingly. Now that we've looked at the costs, let's talk about how to pay for the expenses. Although there are no payment plans available, there are several different payment options managed by the University Bursar's office. Students with Florida Prepaid will have their plan billed automatically at the beginning of each semester. Students who have third-party sponsors must have their documentation submitted to the University Bursar's office before the end of the first week of classes. Other payment options include online payments. If you have a debit card or a routing number, you can pay your charges online through one.uf. If you have a personal check or money order, you can mail those checks into the University Bursar's office or drop them off in person. Another way to pay for expenses is with financial aid. Financial aid can come in different types, such as grants, employment, or scholarships. It can come from different funding sources, and they can have various eligibility criteria. Let's take a look at some examples of various financial aid programs. First, we have Florida Bright Futures. Bright Futures is a state scholarship program. Students who graduate from a Florida high school and meet the required eligibility can apply for the scholarship during their senior year in high school. Bright Futures offers two tiers: the Florida Academic Scholars, which covers 100% tuition, and the Florida Medallion Scholars, which covers 75% of tuition. Another example of a federal aid program is the Federal Work Study. Federal Work Study is a need-based program that allows students to seek on-campus jobs and earn additional income to help with educational expenses. It does require a FAFSA application for consideration, but if awarded, students can apply through the UF Jobs website. Federal Work Study is a great way to connect with on-campus faculty and staff and gain valuable work experience for students. While colleges and universities offer many scholarships to their students, many more scholarships can be found from other organizations. Other websites such as FastWeb or College Board are great resources for students to search for additional outside scholarships. When looking for additional outside scholarships, students should research early, check often for potential scholarships, and check for legitimacy. There are many scams that are out there that will get you to try to pay for information that you can find yourself. Be skeptical of offers that guarantee you'll get aid, and don't give out your credit card information or banking information. In addition, if you receive any additional outside scholarships, be sure to report that to our office through your one.uf page. Next, we will go over the one.uf page. Your one.uf page is a central place to view not only your financial aid information, but also information about your courses, grades, charges due, and more. It does require your Gator link information to log in and can be viewed on your smartphone, tablet, and desktop. Once logged in, you'll first view the student homepage. Here, you'll find your action items, which include any holds, to-dos, and general information from our financial aid office as well as other departments. You'll also be able to view your campus finances and your financial aid award offer. If you click on the financial aid summary page, you'll see an overview of your financial aid and financial aid status. At the very top of that page, you'll see your academic progress status. Federal regulation requires students to maintain specific academic standards in order to keep their financial aid eligibility, and this section will let you know whether you are meeting those academic standards and can continue to be eligible for federal student aid. The next part of the financial aid summary is the estimated cost of attendance. This section breaks down your cost of attendance per semester. The initial cost of attendance is based on 15 credit hours of enrollment for the fall and spring semester and is reevaluated after the drop-add period. This also helps determine the maximum amount of aid that a student can receive. Next, we have the aid package, which details your financial aid awards. You'll be able to see a breakdown of the financial aid that has been offered and accepted for the academic year and by semester. Here, you'll also find the option to accept, reduce, or decline any loans offered to you. Students and parents who wish to use the PLUS loan must complete an application at studentaid.gov. Students who wish to use Federal Work Study must apply for a job through the UF Jobs website. Once hired, they'll be able to earn bi-weekly wages. Lastly, we have the additional aid section. Here, you can report any outside scholarships that have been awarded to you. This allows our office to be aware of additional funds that you are receiving and prevent possible over-awarding of financial aid. Now let's talk about how to receive your financial aid. Receiving financial aid begins with your financial aid offer. Your aid offer will include the best and total financial aid possible, up to your financial need and up to your cost of attendance. And it can consist of multiple different types of financial aid. Students who plan to enroll in the summer will receive their aid offer in late spring. And as you continue your undergraduate career, your financial aid offers will be posted early summer of each year. It's really important to know your awards. Review the programs and know the renewal requirements. While many awards can be renewed from year to year, some scholarships and grants are awarded per academic year and not guaranteed each year. Most programs require a FAFSA application, so be sure to complete your application as early as possible each year. Remember, the FAFSA opens up on October 1st each academic year. Keep in mind that financial aid is subject to change based on any enrollment changes, residency, career updates, etc. Be sure to report any outside scholarships and monitor your UF email address for any important notifications. Lastly, be sure to complete your requirements on time and be aware of any important institutional deadlines so that you don't miss out on your financial aid. At the end of the drop add period, our office will begin to disperse financial aid to the student's accounts. The funds are first applied to any charges on the student's campus finances account, for instance, tuition, meal plan, or housing. If a student has more charges than they do financial aid, the student will end up with a balance, and it will be up to the student or the parent to pay off any remaining obligations. If a student has more financial aid than they do charges, then the student will have excess aid and a refund will be released to the student. To allow disbursements to run smoothly, be sure to submit your permissions, allowing our office to pay UF finances first before releasing any excess funds to the students. We also encourage you to set up your direct deposit on one.uf so that any pending refunds can quickly be deposited into your account. Remember, not all charges that are part of the cost of attendance are charged by UF. If there are any items that are not charged by the university, for instance, clothes or any personal expenses, you can budget the refund you receive to help pay for those expenses. Remember, financial aid is to be used for your educational expenses, such as tuition, supplies, and housing. Be sure to budget your funds for the entire academic year. Keep track of your funding, prioritize your spending, and set financial goals. So far, we've done a quick overview of financial aid, we've looked at different types of aid programs available, and how to receive your financial aid. Now let's talk about how to maintain your financial aid eligibility. Satisfactory Academic Progress, or SAP. Federal regulations require that students maintain specific academic standards to be eligible for financial aid. SAP requirements include having a 2.0 GPA, maintaining a 75% completion rate, and to complete a degree within 160 credit hours. Academic progress is evaluated each year, and students who do not meet the SAP requirements will be ineligible for most federal aid. Petitions are available, however, for students with extenuating circumstances. When submitting a FAFSA, your application may be selected for a federal review process called verification to ensure accuracy of FAFSA data. If selected for verification, students will be notified and all documents will need to be submitted through ProEd services. ProEd can be reached Monday through Friday by phone to assist with any questions on the verification process. Students who wish to take out loans are required to be enrolled in at least 6 credit hours, accept their loans on one.uf, and complete their entrance counseling and master promissory note through studentaid.gov. Your one.uf to-do list is a great resource for more instructions on how to complete any requirements. Most federal aid programs require a FAFSA application. The FAFSA opens up every year on October 1st and is not automatically renewed. You'll need to submit a new application each academic year to be considered for federal aid, and be sure to submit the required tax information for the application. Petitions are available for students who have extenuating financial circumstances that are not reflected on the FAFSA. While attending UF, feel free to utilize the various resources that are available to help you succeed throughout your college journey. In this presentation, we reviewed what financial aid is, we explored the different types of awards, touched on how to receive financial aid, and how to maintain it. If you have any questions or need more information, you can visit our website or check us out at UF One Stop. The One Stop team is here to help you conveniently online by email, phone, or Zoom. Thank you everyone for viewing this presentation. Remember, stay on top of your financial aid so you aren't swamped with charges and requirements. If you have any questions or need assistance, do not hesitate to reach out to one of our One Stop representatives. The One Stop team is here via phone, Zoom, or in person to support you and help you to succeed at UF. Go Gators!